Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to a brand new series, One Clip Thing. This new series is going to focus on a specific thing that has happened over the last week of Clipper basketball. Our first video is going to focus on Eric Bledsoe's driving and passing, so let's get it kick-started. High screen being set by Ivica Zubac. This is a ball screen that's going to allow Bledsoe to turn the corner to the middle of the floor. As Zubac rolls, we're going to notice that the defender here who has roll containment actually has to vacate that to go with Reggie Jackson, who lifts up the wing, and Jeff Green, who is the primary big man defender, is slightly out of position, thus allowing Zubac to catch the lob and jam. The final play that we're going to look at from the October 4th preseason game against the Denver Nuggets also involves Eric Bledsoe and Ivica Zubac running a little middle pick and roll, which just begins with Zubac setting the high screen, but he's going to slip the screen. Big man defender caught high at the nail. It's going to allow Zubac in behind. Lob to Zubac. He should dunk it, but Bol there to block it. Bledsoe's number one job is to get downhill into the teeth of the defense and make plays happen. Little rub screen by Batum against De'Aaron Fox of the Sacramento Kings. This is from October 6th. As Bledsoe begins to drive, we're going to notice Tristan Thompson kind of follows him and goes with him. This occupies space, occupies a defender. Zubac catches. He can't finish, but this is good stuff. If there's one thing bigs on the Clippers have to be ready for, it's when Bledsoe drives, he will dump it off to them. Again, Bledsoe drives. We're going to notice that Thompson's going to slide over to kind of cut off this drive attempt. Bledsoe's going to hang in the air, feed Zubac, who's actually able to gather this time and go up a little bit stronger. He finishes with the layup. This is also an added element that Bledsoe brings, which is transition or secondary transition. He's going to bring the ball out, or at least fake that way. Buddy Hield's going to get caught, and Bledsoe's going to turn baseline. And as he turns, we're going to notice that Zubac is going to knife into the paint. Easy spoon feed by Bledsoe, easy dunk. Bigs have to stay prepared at all times with Bledsoe on the floor. Now this is a play that's kind of taken the NBA by storm in recent years. We're going to call it Spain pick and roll, but it's more affectionately known as stack pick and roll. And the Clippers are going to run it. They're going to run it more often this season, I believe. So as we see, it begins with Hartenstein setting the screen on Davion Mitchell up high. But the real key to this is Paul George, who's going to funnel in and back screen against Hartenstein's defender. This is the Spain pick and roll. This is the stack. Big man defender has to guard against Eric Bledsoe's drive, and we're going to end up seeing that Isaiah Hartenstein on the roll is pointing for the alley-oop because it's wide open. Bledsoe throws the oop very well and has all preseason, and Hartenstein dunks. Those who know me best know that when I talk about basketball, I focus more on process than results. Small pick and roll. This is Paul George, screen against Luka Doncic. This is going to force the switch. We know that the Clippers ran a lot of small pick and roll in the postseason. It was a staple of Ty Lue's offense. They've run it several times in the preseason. Reggie Jackson's going to come up and push his defender up at the nail and set a nice little step-up screen for Bledsoe to get down the middle of the lane. As he does so, Porzingis is going to slide over. This is going to leave Winslow wide open in the corner, and Winslow gets an open three. He misses, but you like it. If the Clippers time things out well, they can get pretty good action, especially with Bledsoe as the ball handler in the screen department. High ball screen being set by Harry Giles III. As Bledsoe's going to come down, we're going to watch the fact that Paul George is going to veer cut out to the wing, and George's defender gets anchored at the nail, predominantly worried about Giles' role, and Giles sets a nice little rub screen here to free George up for three. Defender's late. Now PG misses this, but you gotta love it. Bledsoe can do two things very well. He throws very good lob passes, and he knows his way into the lane off of screens. We're going to see that on this play kind of manifest itself. Comes off of a Luke Kennard pin down, and Bledsoe's going to come up and receive the ball from Isaiah Hartenstein on a handoff. And as he turns the corner on the screen, the big, who's Dwight Powell, is up to contest at the nail, and the low man is going to end up being late in recovery because of the corner shooter, which means Hartenstein gets a little bit free. It's a lob, it's a jam, it's a foul, all good things. KYP, know your personnel. Play begins. Pin down set by Zubac for Kennard. Now when Kennard curls off of this, he could shoot. However, Kennard does something interesting. He kicks it right back out to Bledsoe because Russell digs too far at the nail. Bledsoe knows Russell's going to close out hard, attacks the closeout, gets downhill the lane, and when Towns rotates over to negate the layup attempt, what happens? Easy dish to Ivica Zubac, easy dunk. All right, so this is the final play we're going to look at from preseason for Eric Bledsoe as a driver and a disher. And his gravity as a driver causes all sorts of problems. This defender here is watching Bledsoe drive. He lost sight of Terrence Mann. Ivica Zubac, I don't want to leave him out of this. That's a very nice seal screen here. And Terrence Mann is cutting right to the lane along the baseline. Bledsoe finds him. It's an easy basket. These are the things Eric Bledsoe can do.